Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Mixed Media Frenzy. That's where we all take the same sketch or layout, and today it is a layout, and we are going to use it as inspiration. It's a super cute layout, definitely a boy's layout, and it's got all kinds of grungy stuff in there, so I'm going to use it as inspiration. I'm going to do a lot the same kind of sort of and use what I have, but I'm not going to use so much black. I'm going to use a aqua color, well, several aqua colors in different shades thereof. And I am going to use a black and white picture because I thought, well, that's black and white and it seems to show up pretty good. Well, I use a black and white picture and I didn't think it was showing up very good. I even tried to highlight it later on, but in the final pictures you will see I didn't use, well, I replaced it is what I did. The layout shows some corrugated paper on the left hand side, and that's what I'm doing right now is putting the corrugated paper on there, and then the edges are torn too, and I'm going to do that. It has like 3 layers of paper, but I'm only going to have 2. I flipped it over to my right hand side to tear my papers because I wanted the white to show. And then I inked those edges and I put my pattern paper in there because it does have pattern paper on the inspiration piece also. The background stamp that I'm using is called Crosshatch, and it's by Stampin' Up. And it does come on a wood block, and I did get it on a wood block, but I took it off so that only parts of it will show. I'm just inking little bits of it, and then the whole idea is not have everything show, to just have it be kind of random. And so that's what I'm working on, is random. And I inked the back part of the paper, the foundation. I knew I'd figure out that word. And I'm going to sprinkle some Dilutions teal on here. And it's a really pretty color. Oh, you would not believe what happened to my Heidi Swap teal. I guess I didn't get the lid on good because it fell over, and when I went to pick it up, it felt so much lighter, and the lid, it felt loose. Yeah, went everywhere. I got a little cart underneath my table. It's by Tiffany, that does the organizing things, and so that they could be handy and be under the table. Well, it's all over. I mean, all over. I've got to clean it. I just found it out when I went to get this, but I thought I'd do the layout first before I tackle that. Oh, the individual stamps, the little set, is called Simple Shapes. It's by Stampin' Up, and you can tell they're older ones because they do have the wood block, but some of the older ones are really, really good. Like this one, I don't think I'd ever want to give it up. Or the crosshatch one. I went and dug out some background ones out of the closet. And yeah, this is like a fave of mine. But I hadn't used it in a while. But it makes a great background for a card, especially a masculine card. The decorative paper that I'm using is from Echo Park. It's called Soak Up the Sun. I'm not using very much. It was just scraps. And I thought that ought to work. The inspiration piece has red as an accent. Well, I am using striped. And so I've got several colors. But it does have a kind of an orangey shred in it. And I thought, that'll work. It's a scrap, and it's the colors I want. Well, it was 2 or 3 scraps, not just one. But I thought, that'll work really well. And then I had that strip to put over there on the left-hand side, too. But that container's full of dies that I cut in advance. And I picked out faves and ones that I thought would go on a boy layout. And I cut them in white and in this aqua colored piece of cardstock too. And then I'm putting, of course, that Dilutions ink on there. Well, spray. I think it's paint in those. I think that's what they've said. It was paint in there. And my hands are going to be so covered because of me inking this stuff and doing it randomly and just getting a little bit on it. But the original has all kinds of black that's like everywhere, and it looks like black soot maybe. And maybe she used some gray too, because some of it's lighter than others. So that's one reason I decided I would use more than one color and try to go along the same lines as her layout, but still have brighter colors than hers is, just because that's what I was in the mood for. Because I do like her layout. And I did gears, that I did geometric shapes, gears. I did the uh, crafter's companion. Yeah, the crafter's, and it's supposed to be fishnet. However, it looks kind of like a net, but I don't know if it's big enough for a fish net. I would have thought it'd be bigger. I ordered it online, and yeah, I was expecting bigger, but it's not. So I'm still using it because it is cute on a layout. The strips that I put there, I only put 2 at the moment, but after I get the picture on, I'm going to remember I was planning on putting 3, and I had another scrap from that collection, and I'm going to put the more colorful side on there just because this needs another color. Uh, well, several other colors. I think it looks like confetti is what I'm going to put on there. I was tempted to put the other side, and I think it's geotags on the other side, but I decided on the confetti. And when I sprayed this, it was kind of just time, and I didn't get much out. I hit that button this time, and I barely touched it, and it came out like crazy. So 1 spray instead of 2 like the first time is all it needed for that picture wheel, and it was everywhere. Especially on me by the time I got done with this layout. I scrubbed and scrubbed my hands, and I can still see it. Not as good as I could while I was doing the video, but I can still see it. It's still there. It might be there a day or two because I scrubbed them really well. Um, the I think I'm Well, for a second there, I thought I was done putting die cuts on here, but I found more. I remembered more. I was getting ready to put enamel dot down, and I thought, oh, I had plans for some more of those dies. I cut out some gears because I thought, well, it's not exactly steampunk looking, but it is boyish looking. And I thought, I love gears with little boys. So I am putting the gears on there, and I think that's about it besides my title and, of course, the enamel dots that I was working on. There's the title. I use this. The title I'm going to use is "Love This," and my plan. I had a plan was "Love This Boy." And when I put the "Love This" down, I thought, well, I will put the boy on before I get done. I forgot. It's not on there. I'm still going to have to go back and put boy on there because I want the title to be Love This Boy. I went back and changed the picture and did not even think about putting it on there. But that's my plan. I'm going to put Love This Boy. And the boy will be, of course, in a different font because that's from a die set of Maggie Holmes. And yeah, it don't have boy in there. So it will be, well, I'm going to use that same cardstock, but it's going to be probably capital letters, maybe. Maybe. I'll have to think about it. I have to look at my dies and see. I want it about the same height as the Love This, only a different font. I can't believe I forgot it when I went back the second time. But I did decide to add some twine to the layout, and the twine that I picked is a darker teal than what I've already got on here, but it's still along the same lines. It's not exactly a blue, but it is a little bit darker than what I have on here. And I think that's the last thing I add except some stars. The original layout shows some stars, and I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and put some on here. So I will use my punch and use the same cardstock. So yeah, my first thoughts was making it monochromatic and not put the accent color. Well, I couldn't handle that very long. And so I would decide really quick I was going to have some color besides it. So instead of the red, though, I didn't think the red would actually go with this aqua color that good. So I used that multicolor so it'll kind of blend in. And it is a reddish orange. And what's good when I get the other picture, it's going to have those colors in there. Not a whole lot, but a little bit it is going to have in there. And the stars, I'm not going to put anything on foam tape. I'm just going to glue them onto the page because this is the grungy and random and nothing nothing on here that's uniform, hopefully. Even though, when I was doing the stamps, I was beginning to think, oh, I'm getting a little too uniform. I got to change this up a little bit. But I was still, out of habit, was putting the same things in clusters till I caught myself and did them just a little bit differently. And yeah, the stars is it, and I will be done with my layout. So I will tell you what all is going to be down there below. It's going to be all the gals doing Mixed Media Frenzy this week. So be sure to check them out and see what they did with the same layout as inspiration. Every week, we're all so different. It's rare we do anything like it all. And that's what makes it great. So if you want to try this layout, and post it in the Facebook group. The Facebook group link will be down there too. And you could post it and we could see what you did with the layout as your inspiration. And yeah, it's a fun one to do. It really is, just because it's so grungy and boyish, and you could just do whatever and it's going to look grungy and boyish. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout. And I'm going to have a picture of the two together. But when you look at the two different layout, well, same layout, two different pictures, let me know which one you like best with this layout. If you like it with the black and white photo or the color. I myself like the color best. But yeah, if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.